Okay, and we are live. Welcome to our first official Coach Basics here for Team Do It Now in April. How'd you guys do this week? Everybody have, all right, so since everybody's line is muted, when I ask a question, right, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, okay? That kind of answers my question. So thumbs up, thumbs down answers my questions. If you have a question, kind of wave a little bit so we can kind of see you and address your questions, okay? So you guys have been doing pretty good in the group, right? Remember we talked about engaging, that the more time you put into the group, the more you definitely get out of it, right? So the more often you're reading the posts and the more often you're doing whatever it is that the post is requiring for you to do, the more you're going to get out of it, right? So we really need you guys to engage in there. How do you guys feel about your first week so far? Do you feel like it's overwhelming? Do you feel like it's good? Do you feel like it's too fast, too slow? You need more stuff? You need more time? Anybody want to share anything so far? No? Kathy's good. Kathy's going through this for the second time, and she sent me a note earlier today. So, Kathy, I think we were saying that the first time you went through Coach Basics was like October or November. So here it is the second time around for you. And Kathy says she's actually getting a lot more out of it this time around because she's got a little bit of the business knowledge behind her, and she finds it really helpful kind of going through it again. So, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the road, if you guys want to repeat this after you guys have got some knowledge to you, you've got a nice little knowledge base, feel free to repeat this, okay? So nobody wants to share anything about how the week has been going so far? Does that mean that everybody's having like an awesome week? No? Who's shaking their head over there? That's Kimberly Swanson. So Kimberly, you shook your head, so I'm going to unmute you. Why didn't you have a good week this week? Tell us about it. Let's talk about it.
It's not that it's not, but can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. It's not that it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been good either.
Okay. So tell us one good thing that happened this week relative to Beachbody.
Relative to Beachbody. Well, I had someone say that they're going to sign up on Friday when they get paid.
Nice. That's good.
But I've had people say that before, and they don't follow through. So
that's okay. That's okay. So tell us the one not so good thing that happened this week for you.
I haven't had anything bad really happen. Just nothing awesome either.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm going to meet you again, okay?
Okay.
All right, so basically, I think what I'm getting from Kimberly saying is that because she didn't have a whole lot of good stuff going on, it felt like it wasn't a really good week. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes like you have like an okay week and like things went okay, but it wasn't like stellar. So you're not like, oh, it was a great week. Okay, so you know how we talk about those 3 vital behaviors? What's that second one? What's that second vital behavior that we talk about? Anyone? Anyone? No? Personal development? Right?
Yeah.
Got to read your PD. Oh, you were going to say that, weren't you, Kathy?
I was trying to unmute me.
You're too slow. Personal development.
I know.
Oh, thanks, Jenna. Personal development is vital, 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 vital. That's why it's a vital behavior, right? You guys got to be reading your personal development. Everybody's reading the compound effects? Yeah, kind of, sort of. Starting it at least. Getting through it, right? 10 pages a day. 10, 15 minutes every day, okay? Got it? Vital, 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 vital. All right, so one of the other things that Adria, Lisa, and I wanted to talk about was that first vital behavior, okay? Which I think, and we all agreed, the 3 of us talked about it, we kind of agreed, that it's probably the most difficult one, and that's inviting. You guys have a hard time inviting? Yeah? All right, I can only see a few of you, so I'll take some of your nods. So I want to talk a little bit about the inviting process. Now, who was on last night's call with Tamara? Valerie, I know that you were because I saw you. Okay, Kimberly, you were. Jenna, Jenna was. Kathy, you were. Okay, Nicole, were you on that call last night? No, shame on you. I'm just kidding.
I was.
Who's that?
That's Monica. I'm sorry, I'm driving.
That's okay, Monica. I'm glad to have you here. All right, I'm going to mute your line, though, okay?
I'm muting. I unmuted just to say hey.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So we wanted to kind of talk a little bit about inviting. So since I yapped a little bit on last night's call, I'm going to give Lisa a chance to kind of chat about inviting a little bit for you guys, okay? Lisa.
Hold on.
Yeah, I unmuted you already.
I'm like, geez, where am I? Okay, so inviting. Nobody likes to do it, right? Nobody likes to do it because you're afraid that you're going to offend somebody, or you're like, I don't know who to ask. You just have to take a deep breath and ask them. Just say, hey, look for people that are posting positive things, or things about if they're exercising, that they're working out, they're talking about dieting, they're going on a vacation. Look for an opportunity to connect with them. And when you find them, just send them an invite saying, hey, Melissa, I saw that you are trying to get ready to go on vacation and you've been working out, and I'm not sure if you'd be interested, but I have, P90X3 challenge group that's going to be starting soon. And what that is, it's a support and accountability group. And I'd love to talk to you more about it. And you see what they say. They may say no. They may say sure. You don't know. So that you can't automatically say, no, this person's not going to be interested, because you really don't know. And this is what we also say even about asking people about the coaching opportunity. You don't even know how many people are out there looking for an opportunity to build a business for themselves where, we have a great business. We have this opportunity to get healthy. I'm like, I say to people, they're paying me to get healthy. Wow. Okay. That's a no-brainer, because I need to get healthy anyway, but now I'm able to benefit financially from it, and I'm helping other people feel great too. And so you don't ever want to automatically say this person's not going to be interested because they do this. One of my coaches was an Advocare coach first, and I got her to come over to Beachbody, and it was really simple, because she's like, I've been watching you with this 21-day fix forever, and we don't do anything with working out. I said, exactly. Well, what would you like to do? What is something that would help you? And we talked about 21-day fix. And so she's gone from being an Advocare coach and a distributor, or whatever it's called, to being a Beachbody coach. And just because there's always an opportunity. So don't just automatically say, no, this person's not going to be interested. And so not only did she sign up as a customer, she signed up as a coach. And she's like, my Advocare friends are going to be really mad at me, but I don't get any support like the support I see that you guys have of each other. So just realize that everybody is watching what you're doing. And they may say no at first. They're going to look to see, is it a fad? Is this person really serious about it? Is it really working? Because there's so many products out there. And this is completely true, right? So just do what you do every day consistently, and you're going to plant the seeds. And what my thing is they may say no, they mean no, not now. Because the majority of my customers and coaches I've been talking to for 6, 7, 8, 9 months that have been watching me do this and watching what I'm doing. And and once in a while I'll post a picture of a little muscly picture on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, we don't see you all the time, and what have you been doing?" And so you're going to keep sparking their interest. And so just to ask them, don't be afraid to. And I'm afraid to piss people off. And, I have friends who, like, there's a gazillion Connecticut coaches, right? And we have a lot of similar friends. And we have friends that complain and post, oh my God, let's see how many Beachbody coaches are going to post themselves drinking their shake today and sweaty pics. You know what? If they don't like it, they can unfollow you. Simple as that. That they're interested because they're watching. They're seeing all of us post it. And so they're either going to get on the bandwagon, which they could call it that if they want to, but they're watching 50 people, 50 mutual friends who are all coaching, and they're transforming their lives, right? We're all transforming our health. They're seeing the benefits of it. We look younger than anybody that's in our class, our graduating high school class, right? We're looking great. We're feeling great. We're getting healthy. We're buying stuff. We're going on vacation. So these are people that are watching us, and they're watching you, and they're going to be doubters, right? There's going to be all those haters. Like, I have that thing that says, dear haters, just wait, I have so much more to piss you off. And I love that post. And once in a blue moon, I post it. And let me tell you, I'll be posting it this summer when I get my body that I like it in this bikini, because who wants to show a bikini picture, right? Not me, but I will be. And I'm going to be like, to all of you haters, because you should have joined me this whole time, right? But you doubted me the whole time. It's true. I will be flicking them off. And I can't wait for that opportunity, because then that's when they're going to go, oh man, wow, I should have joined her when she asked me 6 months ago. And then that's all of a sudden you're going to get this little message. So, hey, tell me more about this peanut district. And you're going to be like, whoa, here's somebody who was a complete doubter, who was really negative Nellies. And so, and then all of a sudden they're asking you questions and you turn them into a customer, if not a coach. And so don't not ask them. Ask people. But you need to form with them first. Don't just like point blank, hey, cold turkey, ask them. You want to, stalk them a little bit on Facebook. See what they're doing. Especially your old friends that you're not, it's one thing when you ask your best friend, hey, do you want to do 21-day fix with me? They're going to say yes, right?
Right.
It's asking strangers or people that you haven't talked to in a while, not really, acquaintances, right? I have 555 friends that Adria has and Kim has from high school. Well, I haven't talked to all 550 of them, so you better be watching what they're doing and forming. That's part of our vital behaviors, right? Forming with them.
Exactly. Yeah, but we haven't gotten there. We haven't gotten there yet in Coach Basics, though, Lisa. So let's not
Coach Basics.
Yeah, right. So let's not jump ahead to forming yet.
I know.
Because I think all these new coaches here are probably still working their really hot market, so they're really still talking to really close friends and family. So let's not jump the gun yet.
Hold on.
So as we talk to really close friends and family, absolutely. These are people that you feel comfortable with, that you guys have relationships with. So there's no reason why you can't reach out to them and ask them, hey, I'm starting up a new challenge group. Is this something that you think you might be interested in? So Adria, I know that in our conversation, the three of us, when we were chatting, you said that you have some difficulties sometimes with inviting. So tell us how you go about with your invitation process. Like, what kind of note do you send to somebody when you're inviting them for the first time to a challenge group?
I'm a little bit more basic and broad. I just say, hey, I have this fitness support and accountability group that I'm running, and just curious if it's something that you'd be interested or curious about. And, from one of the calls that we did, I kind of throw it back on me and say, or is this annoying that I'm asking you? It takes kind of it away from them with feeling uncomfortable. Like, just be honest with me. If you find this annoying or if I'm bothering you, tell me the truth. So my big thing is just being genuine and people knowing that it's me. I'm not trying to quote unquote sell them anything, just putting it out there. And, like Lisa said, I had a bunch of people that weren't interested in the beginning and now they're coming around. So again, it's being consistent. That's the biggest thing. Following up with people, checking in. If they say no, it means not now, truly. And don't doubt yourselves. And think about it when you invite, what's the worst that can happen? They say no, not now. Okay, moving on.
Moving
then
on.
you talk to somebody else. It's nothing against anybody. Don't take it personal. Move on.
Right.
And keep talking to more people. That's all it's about.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's a matter of talking to a ton of people. And you might have a ton of different conversations going on. I think for the most part, we probably all use Facebook and Facebook Messenger probably as our main way of communicating with everybody. So you might have a ton of different conversations going on with some people, a ton of different conversations. And you know what? Sometimes those conversations just kind of dry up and they don't really go anywhere, right? So it's just kind of hanging out there. There was no real closure to it. Like, you've sent them a note, you haven't heard back from them in a little bit. That's okay. So you're just going to follow up with them at some other point in time. You're just going to re-stimulate that conversation again. So one of the things, as we talk about inviting, right? So for you guys who were on the call last night, how we talk about invite, right? That's one of your three vital behaviors, right? I add a fourth invite just because I like to keep it simple. So when I do my first invite, I invite somebody to be my friend on Facebook. So I'm constantly sending out friend requests to grow my list on Facebook. So that's my first invite that I do. I invite then people to a free challenge group. Usually those are the easier ones to invite people to, just because there's no cost involved, there's nothing required of this particular person, but what you're doing is you're allowing yourself the ability to build credibility with these people. So what I want for you guys in this group, if you're not running a free challenge group right now, I'd like for you guys to kind of pair up maybe two of you, and Lisa, Adrienne, and I can certainly help you guys too, is run a free challenge group. You can do a 5-day clean eating challenge. You could do Kathy's running a 30-day butt and gut challenge group. I'm going to, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start a cross training for runners group. So there's different things that you can do that you might feel a little more comfortable inviting to. Okay. So when you guys invite to a free challenge group, you're basically just going to create a private group on Facebook, or you can do it on your page. And you're going to invite people, and you're going to bring them into that group, right? And you're just going to supply them with information. Where do I get my info? From the back office, or I Google a ton of stuff. So I'm grabbing images from Google. I'm searching for interesting articles on Google. I don't create my own content. I should, but I don't. I don't create my own content. I'm stealing stuff from here and there or wherever it is. And I'm kind of putting it together, and I'm putting it into my groups. So you don't have to be an expert on clean eating. You don't have to be an expert on cross-training for runners. You don't have to be an expert. Oh, Adria, excellent. Pinterest is great too. You don't have to be a pro on butts and guts. You know what I mean? You can grab this stuff from the internet and put it all together into your free challenge group. But what you're doing by having those people in your free challenge group is you are building credibility and you're building trust with them. Does that kind of make sense? Lisa?
Here's the other thing about the free challenge groups. Yeah, the best, I'm telling you, go on Pinterest and look up like ab challenge. You'll get a whole month. They'll tell you what to do. And you can just customize your post every day for it and just post it. And the other part about, like we talked earlier, I posted to Kim, when it was like, oh, how do I find, people, or what if I run out of people? You're not going to, because you're going to say to people, hey, you want to do this ab challenge with me? And cool, invite your friends and then post that you're going to do it. And then you're going to start having you're going to add more friends to your list because they want to join the challenge. And the other part too is that, like the clean eating one, we know is really good, especially the fact that a majority of us know a lot about 21 Day Fix. But for all of you that are still, like we have Team Beachbody's website, right? And there's a whole section on meal planning. So you could take a ton of ideas from that and post. So when people say, hey, I need an idea of, a meal, go on there. There's pictures, there's recipes. You should share that in your clean eating challenge group. So just ideas. Don't say, no, I'm not going to do it. And it's not going to hurt. You're going to do one, you run one, you may have 5 people in it. You may have 50 people in it. It's just to start getting used to it and trying to find the items to put into it.
Yep, that's perfect. Yeah, so you'll just go and you'll just grab stuff. And don't do something that you're not necessarily interested in. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm doing one for a cross-training for runners. If you have no interest in, telling somebody how to cross-train for running, don't do that challenge group. Nobody says that you have to do these. You know what I mean? Nobody says you have to do things that are not interesting to you. Jenna, you might like making Shakeology treats. You know what I mean? So you might say, you know what, I'm going to create all of these little treat things, and it's going to be a 5-day group, and you can see the other things that I can do with Shakeology. So you're just going to invite people who may be interested in Shakeology, but they haven't bought it yet, but just say, you know what, come on board. See what I do with Shakeology that's not a shake every day. I don't know, just, throwing that out there. You know what I mean? So do things that are kind of interesting for you, and those are the easiest things to invite to, right? Because there's no purchase involved. But here's the key, though, after you do your free challenge groups. What we're trying to do, though, is then take those people and get them into a paid challenge group, right? Because now you've formed relationships with these people. You've created that credibility. You've built that trust. So now what we want to do is we want to try and get people into paid challenge groups, because obviously that's where we make our money, right? So we do our free challenge groups just to kind of build that awareness and build that credibility, build that trust. And now what we're trying to do is create, and convert them into paying customers for an upcoming paid challenge group, right? So I'm going to challenge you guys for, let's see, we're still early on in April. I want you guys to think about what free challenges you're going to run in the month of April. I know we've got spring break, kind of going on now and next week and stuff like that. But I want you to think about a free challenge group that you think you guys might want to run. Maybe we'll start a thread. We'll start a post. Lisa, we started one already, didn't we? On the free challenge groups, right? So let's go in there and let's start talking in there and sharing some of our free challenge group ideas, okay? And then what we're going to do at the end of the month, I think we should pick a challenge group that we're all going to run together. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Adria, Lisa, yes?
I love it. I think it's a fantastic idea. And for those of you, we're gonna push you out of your comfort zone a little bit to start inviting people to the free challenge, right? It's a way to start getting used to inviting people.
Okay. Yep. And all 3 of us, Lisa, Adria, and I are going to be in those challenge groups, and we're going to help you guys run it. So if you're like, I don't know what to post every day, That's okay. We're here. We're here to help you, okay? So let's kind of start that thread there where we start talking about a free challenge group for this month, and let's start talking about what we want to do for a paid challenge group, right? So I think actually 3-day refresh is actually still showing up on sale in our back office. I think so. Right, Pio's on sale this month. We've got the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack, which is still going on at $140.
P90X3.
Right, Pio P90X3, and like I said, I think 3-day refresh is still on sale too. So let's think about, you know, if we want to do, or a 21-day fix. We can always do 21-day fix because that's our most popular product, right? That's where most people struggle. So in that thread, let's pick a date, let's do a free challenge group all together, and then let's talk about what we're going to do for a paid challenge group coming into it, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to share our invitations. So those notes that we're going to send out to those people, we're going to share those in our group in Coach Basics. So this way you guys can kind of copy it, paste it, tweak it a little bit, and send it out.
Yeah, on another note, Tina, in Do It Now, I posted this in the group. Tammy and I ran the 7-day water challenge, and I put a file in there so you guys can kind of take a look and see what the different kinds of posts were and that kind of thing. We had so much engagement in that group. It was amazing. And the reason why I chose that was it was because something that I personally needed to work on. So then I was just as involved in the group as everybody else, like trying to get my water in and all of that. So that's something to think about, something that maybe you're struggling with, so you're on the same page as other people. So
That's an excellent idea. Yep, excellent idea. Yeah, like my free challenge group that I have going on right now is called Project Drop 10. Because I got on the scan, I was like, oh, damn! Like, spring is here, and I got to drop 10. So you know what we're doing in my group? Like, we are all posting everything that you put into your mouth, you're posting in that group. And there's only like 7 of us in there, but we are all engaged, and we're all posting pictures of our food, right? You know what I mean? Holding yourself accountable to eating healthy stuff. Like, I scoffed down a huge thing of popcorn today. Well, I put up that picture in that group. So that's where those things are kind of born from. Yeah, it's from where do you need help? So, Adria, that's a great idea. You know, if you know you need to up your water intake, go ahead and invite people. Me, I needed to drop 10. I needed to hold myself accountable, so that was my free challenge group. So things like that. Lisa, do you have a free challenge group running on right now?
No, right now I'm still doing a 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme one, but I think I'm going to do a clean eating challenge soon.
Okay, good. And Kathy, you have butts and guts going on, right? Right? That started what, the beginning of the month, right? Okay. Anybody else have a free challenge group running right now? Ooh, who is that? Who waved their hand? Is that Kimberly Swanson? Yeah, Kimberly, tell us about your free challenge group.
Well, it hasn't started yet, but Rachel and I are going to be doing a water challenge group starting April 20th.
Yay!
Excellent.
We need to get some pictures ready and an invite so that our team can invite people to your free water challenge.
Yep.
That would be excellent. Okay, Eleanor, tell us about yours.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, I have kind of both going on right now. I just started yesterday, and I have 2 gals doing 21-day fix with me, but I also have a lot of people in there doing their own form of exercise, and I'm getting quite a bit of people engaging already and asking me about 21-day fix, so we may get some more of those. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Nicole, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here because you're all so quiet over there. So, given what we've been talking about here, what do you think you would be interested in doing as a free challenge group? Like water or walking or, you know?
Probably a walking one because I actually have a group right now. We did a marathon last year, so I have them all in a group now. And we started walking a couple weekends ago, so.
Awesome, awesome.
A walking one.
Okay, that's great. Kind of like a move your body, let's get moving every day kind of thing.
Yep.
Awesome.
Not many people posting it right now, but I'm trying to push them for it. So.
Good, perfect. All right, anybody else have any ideas for free challenge groups? Jen, I'm going to put you on the spot too. Because you and I talked about something interesting during the week, didn't we? For your free challenge group?
Yeah, doing getting ready to run a 5K.
Yep. Yeah, Jennifer is a triathlete, so people have been coming to her saying, hey, I want to run a 5K. Will you help me? So I was like, Right there. There's your free challenge group right there. People are coming to you looking for advice right now. That's the perfect way to start. Hi. Sorry. Right, Jen? So something to think about from when you get back from vacation, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Sorry.
All right, I'm going to remute you. All right. Lisa, Adrian, anything we want to add relative to that? To inviting the free challenge groups?
No, unrelated. I don't know who else is on the phone.
Okay, let's see. We'll unmute this first. Okay, so I know we have Monica on the phone. Who's this other person on the phone?
I unmuted. This is Marissa. I'm not allowed on the computer because my son hates me. I'm on my phone.
Okay, got it. Nope, you're fine. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to unmute our
Mute myself back now.
Okay. All right. So unless, Lisa, Adrian, do you guys have anything you want to add relative to inviting? If not, I'm going to open up to kind of Q&A a little bit. Go for it.
So I just have one suggestion. So when you write your message to invite people, like I will share mine later, but I'll post it in here how I started inviting people last year. But I actually have it saved like in my note on my phone so that I could cut and paste it into a new message instead of constantly retyping the same thing over. Like I will tweak it a little bit, but it really, I actually really enjoyed, like when I wrote my thing, I was like, wow, this is working really good. So when you find one that works good and after you've tweaked it a little bit, then save it because you're going to see you're going to get a good response to some of your invites and not a good response to others. Well, you just want to keep using the one that works, right? So always save it so that you know the verbiage you should be using.
Excellent. Excellent idea. All right. So we're going to open up the floor to questions for you guys. Who's got questions? Yeah, I knew you did. Go ahead. You have two.
First of all,
All right.
yeah. First of all, you had said you had 4 invites.
Yep.
Facebook friends, free challenge group. What's the other 2?
Okay. Paid challenge group.
Paid.
Yep. And then inviting to the business opportunity.
Okay, coaches.
Okay.
And then what is the advantage of having a like page? Because you have your general Facebook page, and I put a post on there every day.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the advantage of having the like page? Aren't you just posting the same stuff on there, or no?
Not necessarily. It's a little bit advanced for this call right now, so I'll just go through it really quickly, but that's fine. Facebook is really kind of cracking down on the promotions that you're doing on your personal page. Okay, so they kind of watch and they kind of see like what you're doing on your personal page. So your like page is going to be what we would call your business page. So almost like if you had a business website. Think of it that way. Right, so you would promote your business, or you would promote certain things, make offers, run events, whatever it is, off of your like page or your business page, right? And those things would stay specifically business related, whereas you would do things on your personal page that are personal, but you also still do some business related things on your personal page as well.
Just not as much as.
Just not as much.
Okay.
Right. But when we get to that point in Coach Basics, Kathy, we'll go in a little more detail on it.
Okay.
Or you and I can have a separate conversation about that too.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
Very good. Good. Any other questions? Eleanor, you're smiling. Do you have a question?
Oh, no, I'm just sitting here writing notes.
Okay, good.
I'm taking it all in.
Excellent. Excellent. Anyone? Questions? They're all still so new and shy, aren't they?
We'll get them out of their shells before you know it.
Absolutely. We don't bite, I swear. Although if you don't engage in the group, we are going to sick Adria after you. She's our pit bull. So if you don't engage the group, you can expect to hear from Adria. Okay? She will follow up with you. Say, where the hell are you?
But you guys are all on the call, so thank you. Big step.
Just know
You
that
won't hear from me tonight.
we have your best interests at heart. We promise.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We appreciate the fact that you guys are on this call and you're taking the time to kind of learn a little bit more about your Beachbody businesses. And our goal is to really help you guys build those businesses as effectively and as efficiently as possible. Because remember, we were all new coaches at one point in time too, not knowing anything. So really, by the three of us being in here and kind of guiding you and helping you, learn from the mistakes that we've made. and learn from our learning curve. You know what? You guys are going to make mistakes as you go along too. That's okay. That's all right. Failing Forward. Oh, Failing Forward. That's another book I forgot to put on that list, Kathy, in our team.
Great book.
Great book. But you guys are going to make mistakes as you go along, right? But that's okay, because that's how we learn. But just know that the three of us are here to kind of guide you along the way. So as we go through that whole learning process and that whole learning curve, as you guys have questions, you get objections, you have concerns, issues, whatever it might be, post in Coach Basics, okay? We're there to totally help you and support you and to help you guys grow, okay? So definitely kind of tap into our knowledge that we have. And not that there were pros or anything, because we're all still somewhat new-ish, you know, but we're all well on our way to building really successful businesses. So definitely tap into our knowledge, okay? Questions? Oh, yay! I love it when people have questions. Go ahead, Kim.
I don't actually have a question. Marissa does, but she doesn't know how to unmute herself.
Hold on. She's okay. I'm gonna read it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm waiting.
What are we waiting on? What are we doing?
I'm waiting for Marissa to type it to send me the message. She's like, I have a question, but because I'm on mute, no one can hear me.
Well, we can just unmute her.
Where is she? Oh, we can hear you now.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Yay! Okay, you guys can hear me now. My question is this. It's going back to inviting people. I invite people on my page, and then I get likes, and then people come up to me personally at work, and they seriously point blank say, what are you showing? What are you selling? And I feel like I'm on the spot, and then my palms start to sweat, and I don't know how to explain myself.
Okay, well,
in that situation.
Okay, how do you explain yourself then? When somebody says, so what are you doing?
What I said is I'm really not selling anything. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, and I would love people to do this with me, especially you guys at work, because I don't have a lot of personal support, and I would love it if you guys would do this with me. And they're like, well, whatever. We tried Beachbody, and then this one girl at my work, she tried it, and she broke her toe. So now she's turned people off, and I get very flustered, if that makes sense, on how to defend what I'm trying to convey to people. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. You guys see me dieting. You yell at me if I try to go eat a cupcake. You're supportive in that way, but, you know, you're not trying to listen to what I'm asking you to just listen to.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep, totally. Okay, so what you're doing when somebody says, so what are you selling? You're like, okay, well, I'm not selling. I'm just sharing my experiences, and I'm sharing my story. So this is what I'm doing now. And if you're interested, by all means, come and talk to me about it. So one of the things that I do as I talk to people is I don't push them. Because if I push them and they're not ready to make that commitment, they're not going to have success. They're going to blame you, and they're going to blame the product. But I will tell you, though, that Beachbody has tested all of the fitness products and the nutrition programs along with it, along with Shakeology, and combining all those things, it is a recipe for success. So if you follow the program and if you follow your nutrition that comes with that program, including Shakeology, and they tap into their coach, they're going to have success. The reason why you don't have success is because you don't follow the program. Okay? So it's one of those things that, you know what, if somebody's not ready, they're just not ready. Don't push, because we're not icky used car salesmen. We're not here to push. We're not here to make that deal before you leave today. That's definitely not, you know what I mean? That's definitely not what we do. If you're talking to Jane and Jane says, you know what, Marissa, I don't think I'm interested in that. Okay, that's great. So you know what? 3 months from now, you're going to follow up with her, though, because 3 months from now, she might be ready. 3 months from now, she might say, yeah, you know what? I don't think so. Okay, that's fine. 3 months from now, you're going to ask her again, and that's okay. That's totally what you're going to do. Thoughts, Adria, Lisa?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people if they're not interested, you know, I'll ask them, well, you know, I'll talk to you down the road. I'll keep you in the loop about other things that are coming up. And that's what I do. So, you know, new month starts and I'll check in and say, you know, we talked about it whenever, just touching base with you. We've got this and this going on. I'd love to talk to you more if you're interested. you know, and with a question, you know, do you want to talk more, you know, and do it that way. If they're not interested, they're like, again, they're not ready. And just like Tina said, think about it. You have to be ready to get results. If you're not ready, you're not going to commit. It doesn't matter what product you get. If you're not ready to follow through, you're not going to do it. So they have to be ready. You can't push too hard. They'll come around. Might take 6 months.
No, I get that. I think it's just more of the when I'm face to face with people and people are trying to like bombard me. You know, the water cooler talks that one person said something and then more people are like, oh yeah, this, that, and the other thing.
Well,
I think
share from the
that's the more
heart though, too,
stressful
though.
part.
I mean, let your honesty show about how much you love the products. Like Tina said, just sharing and
Well, that's
saying,
what they do. They see me making my shake, and they're like, oh, what is this? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, it's another one of those shakes. I'm like, you guys, it's not. Come and look at my food. Like, you don't get it.
And that's okay. You know what? You're going to have naysayers and you're going to have haters. And no matter what you say to some people, they're just going to poo-poo it. Just move on. It's a huge universe of people out there who do need your help. So if you have people who are just really poo-pooing what you're doing, that's okay. Move on and say, you know what? This is a product that I believe in. This is a product that I love that's made such a huge difference in my life. And you know what? Then just watch me on my journey. And that's okay. That's okay. You're going to get there, and people will come around, and they're watching, right? They want to make sure that you're real for right now. All right, we've got less than a minute to go, so I'm going to wrap this up. Marissa, if you still want
sorry.
conversation, no, you're fine. If you still want to continue this conversation, we can continue it in the thread underneath the Zoom call there. But otherwise, I will post this recording so you guys can kind of catch this again, and then we'll see you next week. But otherwise, we'll kind of see you on the page, okay? Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Night.